when I grew up in I guess religious household. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to Catholic school. We went to church every single Sunday. Never missed a day. Went to Bible study. I think at my school you would get suspended from church if you didn't go to church on a certain day. Type shit.
Suspended from school?
Suspended from school, yeah. Not suspended from church.
Like, damn, they could do that?
So it was religious, you know what I'm saying? Everybody believed in God, but I feel like I didn't really believe so much as that I was just convinced of God. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was taught to me and things like that. And, you know, I feel like you got to really know God. Like I heard somebody use the example, like, do you believe 2 + 2 is 4? And it's like, nah, I know 2 + 2 is 4. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, do you believe in God? It's like, you could believe something today and not believe it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But if you know something, and there's more conviction in that. I feel like my grandmother had a lot of conviction in her faith and beliefs. And I felt like regardless of, you know, what, you know, if this is real or not, her faith was real and that shit was powerful, just as how she moved through the world and how she just stand on certain shit. And I just always liked that about her. But for me, you know, when I went through certain experiences like getting kicked out at a young age, sleeping in my car and shit, I kind of lost all that faith shit went out the window because it was just kind of like, man, I don't understand why this shit happening to me. I'm the best kid on my block. All these other niggas out here doing all this wild ass shit. Yeah. How the fuck all this crazy shit happening to me? You know what I'm saying? I had an experience that restored my faith a little bit. I was kind of at rock bottom and found some money. First and last time ever in life I found money just like laying on the ground. And it was a day where it was like I was feeling mentally like it was over with. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And not only did I find the money, it wasn't like it was like 100 cars in a parking lot, and it was in between 2 cars. If I would have walked any other direction between any other 2 cars, I wouldn't have saw it. And that shit was like flat and facing me, like it was presented to me type shit. Like it wasn't like it was crazy. Had my head down on some sad shit and just saw that shit. So that kind of restored some faith a little bit, but it still didn't really make sense for me as far as, you know, my life experience and what I'm taught about God being like, well, as far as in Christianity, God being this merciful, forgiving, giving blessings and shit. It's like I don't really experience that. Like I don't see that. That's not what I see. You know what I'm saying? So I struggle with it. Like I still don't know God. I still struggle with it. I still struggle with spirituality, which is a little bit separate from religion and all of that. Yeah. But at the same time, that is something that I feel like I want to improve on. You know?
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
Popping pills.
That's just what comes with being a man.
Popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucking body.
When them bullets hit them up, look like son had a seizure. Run out, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man. You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos, all God in the king.
Today's episode is all about spirituality and how Jones feel like it can benefit you as a man in the areas
as a man, as a person
in the areas of what, like leadership. I mean, purpose, relationship, what
your entire life,
everything. Cool,
your entire life. Oh, we've been having fun with this one.
I guess
you know God love you, right?
It's like Bible study in this shit. Turn to Timothy chapter.
That's crazy, but like so for me, like where I got my belief from, obviously my parents. I feel like any belief that you have is gonna start in the home. For sure. So growing up, was that real?
Real mic on?
Your mic on?
Yeah, my mic's on.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna get both of y'all into it. Y'all know Jesus loves both of y'all.
For sure.
But now,
we going straight to the topic. What we doing?
Oh shit! I was gonna go straight to this. I was gonna dive in. I'm ready.
You ready to preach? All right, John. Oh yeah.
But now, what we got? We got Oh, first of all, nigga, how was your week?
Oh man, welcome to Roses I Did.
Man, we ain't even.
My name's Terry Roseland,
and I'm Jones.
we be podcasting and shit.
Yeah, we talk sometimes.
My week was pretty good. What happened since the last time we did? Was the award show since the last time we talked?
Mm-hmm.
Like that just happened.
That just happened.
Okay, so we did the award show. It should be a lot.
Yeah.
It should be a lot happening. I did the award show. I did an event called Intimate Conversations last night. So shout out to Come Chill ENT and Devon for having me host the award show, Chicago Awards. The Black Excellence Gala, right? And then I did the Intimate Conversations out in Oak Forest last night. That was dope. Shout out to Peanut for that. And then we got a mental health panel
at Chicago Awards.
At the Chicago Awards next Saturday, right? For sure. So it's been lit, man. Niggas been busy, niggas been working, and it's been good. I don't got no low lights. It's all good right now.
For sure. Highlights for me, smooth week. Work actually been kind of like settled. It ain't been like that in a long time. It ain't stressing me out as much. Definitely appreciate that. I've been chilling. I don't have my son live with me, and summertime he with his mama, and I've been loving it. I ain't gonna hold you. I wake up early. Well, I always wake up early, but like just the whole having to worry about. I've been only having to worry about me, and I've been feeling good. So give me a break from parenting a little bit, and fitness. This highlight of this week. I went to a gym in Joliet. I don't know, probably like an hour away from my crib, and it was like a big ass playground for me. You know, I was there. I got to the gym at 9:40 in the morning, and I left at 2 p.m.
That's crazy.
I had a ball.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
workout warrior head ass.
That shit was fun as hell.
For sure.
I know low lights. I'm cool right now.
For sure. I got a question though. So I was watching some shit the other day, and it made me think like, what? Let's say single guys, right? We out, niggas like to have fun. The best situation as a single guy you could kind of be in socially is a kickback with a few more women than guys.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's better than being at the club. That's better than being at a bar.
Facts.
That's better than being on a goddamn boat. That's better than anything. And it's better for a lot of reasons. You can really converse. You can really make an impression on somebody. You might even get some ass at the kickback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you never know.
A lot can happen at the kickback. Like, the kickback is the whether it's a nightcap or whether this was just the plan for the night, whether it's game night, whatever it is, that's the vibes, right? That's like the ultimate single nigga vibes, in my opinion. Would you agree?
Hell yeah, for sure.
So my question is, what is the kickback dream team? What roles do you need played? How many roles are there? What's the perfect ratio? All of that. Like, what's the perfect kickback scenario?
Well, obviously, more women than guys. That's the perfect situation.
I'd say at least 3 more women than it is guys.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. The perfect scenario, like as far as a dream team, number one, you gonna need an extrovert.
Okay, is that the funny nigga?
They don't necessarily have to be the funny nigga. He's just like real conversive. He's outgoing. You gonna need a funny nigga. Mm-hmm. You gonna need a witty nigga.
What's the purpose of the extrovert that's different from the funny nigga though? We know what the funny nigga purpose is for.
So extrovert is he gonna break the ice easily. You know what I'm saying? He'll go up and introduce himself, a conversation. What's up? How y'all feeling? What y'all on? Well, okay, how was y'all day? What y'all was doing today?
Okay.
That's
smooth
that guy.
nigga.
Smooth nigga. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So yeah.
Smooth guy. Cause funny guy might get annoying.
Got you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you need a smooth nigga.
yeah, definitely. Who else you need?
He gonna bring this shit back. Like, hey, bro, chill out.
Yeah, like not right now. Who else we need? Got the funny nigga, the extrovert / smooth nigga, a witty nigga,
smart nigga.
You could say that.
Like the nigga who gonna like be talking about like everybody gets to talking about Trump and he know what's really going on for real. He like the only nigga in the room that really know what happened for real.
Nah, that could get annoying
like
a little bit if he go too far.
I mean, if he an extra nigga, it might get annoying. But like if he just could put niggas on game, like this what's really going on. Like
and on some smooth, yeah, that'll be for sure. Okay, we need.
What do you mean by witty though? The witty nigga.
Like a witty nigga who quick with the comebacks type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
gotcha.
Like that.
You need a DJ.
A DJ?
You need a vibe setter. You need a nigga with the ox that know what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
You don't need a nigga with the ox playing fuck nigga free over and over like Real was 2 years ago that I was fucking nigga had fuck nigga free on repeat.
They love that shit.
Damn,
bro.
Real.
That's what they shit.
You know, I used to hate
young boy.
Y'all, the listeners, y'all remember? I think it was called Secrets.
Going.
I think was it Secrets? That
The
was
club?
in Dalton, right?
Yeah.
Secrets. I used to hate when niggas did not catch on to like nigga play some slow music so these women can dance on us. You steady playing this rap shit, and it's close to the end of the night. Calm this shit down. Set the play up for us.
It didn't matter for me because I never bagged a bitch in Secrets.
Yeah.
Not once. I was the king of Mr. Ricky's. I ran that bitch. I go right across the street to Secrets. I don't know if it was another level. They was just it felt like they was bougie over there. Like if Mr. Ricky's G, I could bag anything. Like the baddest joint in here, I could bag her. I could lay on the floor and have her dancing, juking on me, everything. Like
that's crazy.
In Secrets, I got no motion in Secrets, like ever. I stopped going after a while. Like
Secrets was my spot. We was in that bitch. Man.
I was in that. Remember that big ass security guard, the long ass beard. Like, get y'all ass in line. It felt like we was back in school. Like, nigga, I ain't know what you talking about.
And niggas was little as hell, too.
We was 18 when that shit was going on. That was a good introduction to the club, though. I'm glad we got to experience the club. I seen somebody post a screenshot of Nelly hiding her video. Mm-hmm. You saw that? And they was like, somebody told, I thought the club was going to be like this when I grew up. I'm like, nigga, it was like that for real. Like, that bitch used to be bussing.
It did.
Now that shit, bottle was and all type of goofy shit.
But yeah, so we got all the guys. You said a DJ.
Definitely need a DJ.
So what was that, like 5? So we should be good with 5.
For sure. So we got the entertainer or the extrovert. Mm-hmm. Smooth nigga who gonna kick off the card game.
Break the ice,
He gonna kick off the all the drinking games and all that shit. You got your funny nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep everybody laughing and shit like that. Keep the vibes high. You got your DJ. You need a DJ, bro. Every crew need a DJ. Right? And then you got your, who else you say? The witty nigga. Mm-hmm. And is that it?
That was it.
That's only 4?
I thought you counted 5.
Nah, I didn't. Okay. Witty, DJ, funny nigga, extrovert.
Nigga, them 4, we could take over a room.
Which one, out of us 2, which one is which? Who's the extrovert?
Me.
Nigga, I'm an extrovert too.
And look, a thing about the extroverts, you got to be, your awareness got to be up. Let's just say it's 5 women there. And obviously somebody going to be more attractive than the other. Right. Upon introduction, you have to make sure you include all of them. Everybody has to feel, you know, you can't just be paying attention to the bad bitch, just steady talking to her. Like, you got to talk to all of them equally upon introduction, making everybody feel, you know what I'm saying?
Because if the chick that you not attracted to ain't having fun, she gonna be the one that's ready to go, and she's gonna be the driver. She's gonna be like, I guarantee you, the chick that y'all trying to leave out to the side, that y'all trying to exile and shit, she's the driver. You. So when she ready to go, she gonna fuck the whole movie. They gonna be like, no, we having fun. She gonna be like, girl, I gotta work in the morning. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm out of here. Ooh.
All right, y'all.
We gonna be also, we'll get y'all some Ubers. No, we gone. Like,
have a drink for her.
Everybody.
Make her feel comfortable.
Oh God. Then I make her feel like she might get hit tonight.
Yeah.
You gotta make her feel that way.
You taking the L?
Nah. I'm not. I'm past that in life. I've took enough L's for the guys. I'm cemented, legacy cemented, Jersey, L taking Jersey in the Raptors. Get another nigga to do that shit. Like I'm not doing that shit again. We could fuck the whole move up. I don't care at this point in life.
But nah.
So you saying you the extrovert? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll take that. I feel like I'm an extrovert too, but I'll take that. Cool. The funny nigga. Who's the funny nigga? I don't think neither one of us are like.
We're not like funny,
legit funny niggas though.
No.
Like I feel like niggas is funny, but not like the funny niggas.
The funny nigga, yeah.
All right, cool. So we don't got a funny.
We have humor.
Who else? The DJ. I'm the DJ.
You the DJ.
Yeah, I'm the DJ for sure.
DJ for sure.
The witty nigga. I feel like I'm the witty nigga too. I be knowing a whole lot of random facts.
You do. You do. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one.
All right, nigga. I feel like I'm the dream team on my own.
Okay.
I ain't inviting Reggie.
I was say you every time you go out, hey, what you on? Let's get it.
For sure.
Nah, for sure.
Moving on though. No consultation?
No. Speaking of, y'all got consultations, hit us up in the DM. Let us know. If you had a situation that you already acted on and you felt like, you know, probably didn't go in your favor and you want to get our opinion, let us know. If there's some shit coming up, we can text you. Any situation, let us know. We'll talk about it. Give you our perspective on what we would have did or what we would have said. Anything like that. Submit it to our DM.
For sure. It's crazy 'cause I get a lot of those, but I feel like I don't save them for the show. Like I just be talking to people about it.
Pick one of them motherfuckers out.
Yeah, I probably need to ask people like, you mind if I use this on the show? Because I don't want to have a whole
for sure.
conversation.
Ask them,
then they listen to the show like, wait, is this nigga talking about? Yeah, so
that's why I used to do that on the page a lot, on the Man's Perspective page. I screenshot conversations I had with people, but obviously I take their face off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they was always cool with it. And at that point, people knew if you came to me with some shit, it was gonna go on my story.
For sure. All right, let's go, man. Let's jump to the topic.
So back to the topic as far as where I got my belief from. My parents obviously grew up in the church as long as I can remember. Between my mom and my dad, my mom was definitely like the more religious person. My dad, he would come to church every blue moon type shit. Like, but it's crazy. He got a strong relationship with God. I see that now, but I just remember from my childhood that moms was making sure we was going to church. And so what growing up in church was like for me, I didn't really know too. I was just there. I think as a kid, you just going because your mama told you to go. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking forward to it. Like I'm going to sleep every time, and I get pinched so much. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all was in big church?
No, we was in a small church. Like,
no, but I'm saying like you was in church with the adults.
Yeah.
So my church that I went to, we had youth church, so it was chicks in there.
Oh yeah, no, I was
never sleep.
Nah, it was, and I grew up in a small family church. It wasn't that big. My entire family went there. I'm sitting next to, I got my cousins on this side of the family. Like the whole family was there. That was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But later on, as I started to grow up, I figured that wasn't the church for me. But before I jump into that, what did I learn about God at that church? Nothing for real. I don't think, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I think that's a Baptist church. There's certain types of churches. You got, Catholic, Baptist, all this stuff. I don't know the definitions, but I think I grew up in a Baptist church, and I didn't like that teaching style. Like, like all that, in old school. I didn't really pay attention to it. It didn't really grasp me. But once I became, when did I start going? I actually stopped going to that church. My mom was still going. My sisters, they had ended up stopped going, and my mom was still going, and I stopped going, but I went to another church, like, cause I wanted to know about God, but I felt like the church that I was at, they could not teach me. It was just not quality. It was just too much going on in there. I didn't like that church. So where did I go? I went to. After that, I found Apostolic Church of God. It's like on 63rd in Dorchester, Bishop Brazier's church. Rest in peace to him. Yeah,
he died?
Yeah.
When he died?
Like 20 years. The son got it now, yeah. I was going there when the dad was preaching. And there, I actually started to learn about God. Especially because I met my goddad at that church. He was ahead of the camera ministry. Yeah. And I was a young dude. I think I was probably like maybe 14 or whatever. And he like, yeah, hey, come on, I'm gonna teach you about, cameras and production. So I got on the production, like how I sit up here. In that church, they filmed live on Sundays. They was on live TV. And so he trained me on how to be a cameraman. So I'm a cameraman. Back those cameras, I'm talking about that motherfucker was on my shoulder like this. I'm walking around the church with a big ass camera like this. So I'm listening to the word. I'm, what I'm saying, and I'm making some money or whatever the case may be. I'm around the right type of people. So I just started paying attention to God a little more. I started learning some scriptures, not by heart, but I started to put meaning to the things that was going on in my life with scriptures. Like I would ask my goddad, like, yo, I'm feeling like this, or like, he's like, oh, this, that scripture. You know what I'm saying? So I started to get a lot more familiar with God in that point. And so what God means to me now is everything. Like as a 33-year-old man, it's not a day go by like I don't pray. Like I feel like I need that in every area of my life. And the church, I stopped going to that church. Now I joined Pastor Hannah's church, I think in 2000. I think I've been at Pastor Hannah's church for probably like 8 years. And I switched churches because it's crazy. I started to grow. I was a young man, 14 through maybe 18, 20, something like that. And that was an old school kind of church. Like that was an older guy. Like everybody in there was older. And I found out about Pastor Hannah. He was kind of like catering to the young people. The way he talked about God, I resonated with that more. So moved over there, and that's where I've been at now.
How many years you been at Pastor Hannah church?
I think 8.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, so you was at that church before it moved into that big building?
No, I was there.
You saying you was there before the big building?
Oh, you talking about Pastor Hannah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was there when he was having church at the UIC for him.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, that's been a big ass church for a long time.
Yeah, you can say that.
For sure. All right. I don't know. You can continue. I don't really got no
question. That's what I was waiting. That's what I was stopping for. So, like, how my relationship now with God guides me is faith. Like, and that's what you said. Like, it's hard as hell to have faith when things is going wrong and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the perfect opportunity to show God, just how much you believe in Him and how much faith that you have. Because when everything going good, it's easy. Like, for me, everything going good. Oh man, God is so good. I'm so blessed. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But what about when it ain't going good? Now it's the opportunity. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna lean into my word, what I know about God. What I've been taught. So
yeah. I have faith, just not in God. You know what I'm saying?
Who's it in?
Me.
I got faith in me too.
Yeah, like I got faith in myself. I feel like when I look for answers, I look inward and not upward. But I feel like I don't know. Like I said, like I just had so many unanswered questions that made me stop. So I remember like in youth church and shit, I used to be the nigga that like dead ass was like, hey, I was learning about dinosaurs in school today. Mm-hmm. Shit ain't the Bible. Like, say they was on the earth for 64 million years. Yeah, you just say God said let there be light, and it was human 7 days later. I'm trying to figure out like, I really was asking the youth pastor this shit. He was pissed, like, you know what I'm saying?
He got
like,
mad.
He was getting mad, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, oh, God don't know no time, but it's like time is time. Say a day. I used to wonder shit like this is when I got older. Like, why is there this the only book with no dates in it? Like, why there ain't no dates in the Bible? And then I start researching shit like, well, how long ago did Jesus die? Okay, well, Jesus died 2,024 years ago. And then Caesar and them was like BC. I thought Jesus was like one of the first niggas on earth. Like, I thought Jesus was like before all the ancient Egyptians and Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. Like, all that shit went on before Jesus, but ain't none of that shit in the Bible. Mm-hmm. But Jesus only in the Bible and nowhere else. Like, this shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm reading all these other books. They got every nigga in here that existed except Jesus. They got Gandhi in this bitch. They got motherfucking Martin Luther King in this bitch. Where Jesus at? So these are the questions that I used to have that made me stop. Kind of like, this shit don't make no sense to me. Mm-hmm. And then getting into religion, getting into history with race and shit, of course. I mean, people always try to pass this over like, oh, well, white people forced this on us, da-da-da. And it's some truth to that, but and I think, whatever people have the most dominant force on the earth their religion gonna spread the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. But outside of that, though, just kind of like feeling like, damn, like, if we was here, if black people was here so long ago, like, what did we used to believe in? Like, before, like, you know what I'm saying, the Bible was written and before Christianity and all these things.
Akhman Ra.
So I
used to.
Yeah, the start, like, it was like a lot of I don't want to call it astrology in the sense of like zodiac signs and shit, but something to that nature, you know what I'm saying? So but with all of that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like I can never find a solution. I always say I'm trying to find God before God find me type shit. Mm-hmm. But I always felt like all I really had to hang on was like believing in myself and my own life experiences, you know what I'm saying? And believing that it is a higher power. I just don't buy into the characteristics of, what's taught in the Bible, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And then even just separating God from the Bible, from religion, from spirituality. Somebody had to make me realize, it was like, like this dude was talking about the Bible so much, and I had called him a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and being a Christian, I asked him a question. He was like, I'm not a Christian. And he was like, I'm like, bro, everything you talking about, it came from the Bible. He was like, Christianity ain't in the Bible. Like the Bible is the Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Christianity is derived from the Bible. But I'm just like, damn, like I never realized that. You know what I'm saying? So it just get real complex. And I always felt like religion is very divisive. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at black people and us trying to work together and stick together, I feel like religion is just another thing that kind of divides us. When you got, you know, the Nation of Islam, for example. I feel like the Nation of Islam could have been a way more powerful movement if they didn't tie that to a religion. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit they were saying was real, but it's like, black folks is Christians. They not fucking with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas not like, ooh, Allah, what? Fuck out of here, Jesus, nigga.
Right. Nah, they definitely.
Like,
I never did the research on like Muslims and, you know, because they got the Quran. You know what I'm saying? But they all, I remember seeing Farrakhan say he read the Bible too, and I just never had like an interest in studying it for real.
Yeah. I also don't believe in hell.
You know, now this is gonna be interesting coming from me. As of late, not like recently, but as of late, neither do I. Like, so for me, like, cause I don't feel like, you know, cause hell. Now I will say this one thing that I didn't like coming up. They would use God. They would try to make you scared of God.
Yeah, it's fear based.
Like fear based. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't rock with that. And as far as hell, you know, you gonna burn forever. That's when I started to say stuff like, okay, like if we die, right, and this is the temple. Our bodies are temples for right now. Like this is temporary, obviously. And when we die, like this stays here, and our spirit moves on. So like, what our spirit is on fire. Like we're gonna feel that as if we're in a human body. Because I think that's what people think when you think of hell. It's like, damn, I don't want to burn forever. But like you're not gonna be in your body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I feel like if I don't know, man. The stories just be kind of tough for me, man. Go ahead.
It's crazy because it's so much like me. I grew up in a crib. Like my grandma was a Jehovah's Witness. So, nigga, it wasn't no holidays being celebrated. Like, you know, our OG and them celebrated whatever. My grandma wasn't celebrating no holidays. She wasn't even celebrating her own birthday. Like, we couldn't tell my grandma happy birthday because it's like, nigga, I'm only born once type shit. You know, that's how she used to be coming. But it's like,
I ain't heard that.
She used to preach a lot. And she used to always tell me, like, I'm not going to force religion on y'all. I didn't force it on y'all mama. It's not about religion. It's about the relationship that you have because nobody really knows. Like, at the end of the day, it's Buddhist, it's Christian, it's Muslim, it's Gandhi.
Yeah, so if you born in India, you a Buddhist, you just going to hell off top? Like.
But see, that's what I'm saying. And that's why it's so fucked up because it's like, nigga, Christianity will tell you that. Like, nigga,
it will, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like, how the fuck can y'all just condemn them because they born somewhere else? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it ain't about the religion, it's about the relationship. But one thing my grandma always told me, G, well, not even my grandma, my daddy, because they was like Black Panthers and all type of dumb shit like that.
Damn, what's wrong with the Black Panthers?
No, I'm just saying, no, shout out to Fool them, but
shout out to Fool them.
Shout out to Fool them.
Like you say, like the Quran with the Muslims. You know, the Quran was here before the Bible.
I thought
no.
Well, I know Islam was here. I don't know when the Quran was written, but Islam was here after Christianity, though, right?
Then the Quran was here before the Bible. The story of Jesus that they got, and this is why I don't be talking because you really got to get into this shit. The story of Jesus in the Bible comes from the Quran. They make Jesus the savior and the salvation and all that in the Bible, but he's a disciple in the Quran. But you got to look, and that's why I'm saying it's so much stories and so much shit mixed up. It's like you don't know. Nobody knows. So to touch back into what you were saying as far as like you got faith within yourself and just my being and just being like I started to like look into like energy. Like I feel like everything is within me. Like I am God, God is me. We tied to the earth. Like as far as like nigga the melanin in our skins and like photosynthesis and how we really turn green from iron and shit like that. I feel like we are God, God is us. So any answers that you need or any like strength that you need, you just really got to look within because it's already within you. You see?
And when you say we are God, who's God?
Us, like humans. Period.
I'm not taking that responsibility.
Not saying like God like that, but nigga, you are God. You are connected to God. Like
you are.
And the only reason, and then just to touch into like why I kind of lean more towards like astrology and shit like that because it's more facts than fiction. Like all they beliefs was in the stars. That shit's still there. Like that shit don't change. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a King James version, it's a whoop 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 version, it's a whoop 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 version. But it's like, nigga, if a nigga walked up on me and did whatever they did, that story shouldn't change.
Right.
If it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? But and being able to alter this and change this and make this and switch this out, it's like, what is really the truth? And then, like I say, down the line, I tell you a story, you tell it to Reggie tell it to Boogie tell it to Cam. By the time the shit get to Raimi, it's a whole nother story. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't know. It ain't religion.
One thing that's interesting about Jehovah's Witnesses is, don't they believe only a certain amount of people get into heaven?
Nah, that I've never, like my grandma always said, if you believe with your heart and confess with your mouth. Yeah. It's always what it's been.
I was always told that they only believe a certain amount of people get into heaven. And I'm like, how y'all know heaven not full yet? Y'all done locked on all these motherfucking doors.
I ain't heard of that. That doesn't make sense.
Heaven is full.
It ain't no limit to Jehovah's Witnesses. They still, like, if heaven had a limit, it wouldn't be no point of making new Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, these kids wouldn't have no.
That's why I gotta Google it.
I'm not.
But the Jehovah's Witness told me that though.
Oh yeah.
The Jehovah's Witness told me they feel like they believe only a certain amount of people get in heaven. But I don't know. I do feel like when I started listening to like Leo Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, I did like their message for black people, as opposed to being raised in Christianity and always hearing like, wait on God, God got a plan for you. Pay your tithes, wait on God. Like, shit, my grandma died, wait on God. And then you hear Farrakhan like, nah, you got the power of God in you. You ain't got to wait on shit. You can make this shit happen for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. Like, you know, and I'm like, damn, I fuck with that message. And the Nation of Islam just had a lot of principles that I just fucked with. Like, they had one principle saying like, don't say nothing to somebody when they're not around that you haven't said to them already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like on some gossip shit. And don't let a person talk to you about someone that's not there. Like negatively about someone that's not around. Like
I
stop
definitely
them. Like
I listen to Farrakhan. Like, even though I believe what I believe, like they do have a lot of principles.
A message is a message, yeah.
A message is a message, for sure. And I'm just more so on the Christianity side of things. That's just, you know, what I believe. Let me see. I think this was about 2 years ago. So I would hear stories of people having, like, you know, experiences with God, and, you know, just these experiences where they, you know, that's what it's called, outer body experience. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I just never could see it. I could never really believe it. Like, it was hard for me to believe that. And even in church, you know what I'm saying, seeing people like get the Holy Ghost and all this type of stuff, like it is levels to, you know, Christianity, like in church and all that, just your relationship with God, you feel different things, whatever. But to back it up, I recently, about 2 years ago, that was my first, like quote unquote outer body experience that I had with God. I was in traffic, and I was on 394 for y'all though. For those of y'all that know, like that's a big, like kind of almost expressway type thing. It's like a 4-lane highway or something like that. So I was on 394, and I was at a light, and I was waiting to turn. And during that time, I was in between jobs, or all I know is like money was getting tight or whatever. So I'm in traffic, and the way traffic works, you just can't like stop. It's too busy. It's like think of it as an expressway. Yeah. I'm in traffic at a red light. This car pulls up next to me. They had the light to keep turning. This car pulls up next to me and just stops right at my driver door. Like the cars behind her, they low key like hung like, oh, what the fuck you doing? Ooh, they going around and shit. So I look over, I let my window down. There was this lady I never seen before, this white lady. And I let my window down and she let hers down. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Yeah. I let the window down. I'm like, hey, what's up? She said, hi, do you need money? I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm a Christian. I still because, you know, God's still working on me. So I'm like,
you can't curse as a Christian?
No, you're not supposed to. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean do I need money? And I still said it. Right. I'm like, what you mean do I need money? Yeah. And she looked at me dead in my face, and she's no facial expressions or anything. She like stone cold, like she like, do you need money? And I'm still not, you know, it's tweaking me out. I'm like, yeah, I need money. She say, okay, how much do you need? I'm like, man, lady, if you don't we in traffic, get the fuck on. I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, $1,000. She say, okay, I don't have $1,000, but 1 minute. She reaches over, grabs her purse. She pulls out $20 and like sticks out the window and gives it to me. She was like, God bless you. Drove off. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Or whatever. But after I had to really sit on that. I'm like, let me get home. I wanted to really sit down and think about that. I had been praying, for my next financial blessing and, just a way to increase my income and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, man, what if that was like God, that $20 was just a symbol or a signal that, hey, more is coming. Like, I heard you, whatever. Not too long after that, I got a job offer, and it was $20,000 more than what I was making. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dang, $20,000. So, but thinking back then, that lady was, she didn't seem like she was herself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't know, it was weird. So I tied it to that, and I felt like that was an experience where it was like God was showing me, like, no, I'm here. I hear you. So that was my first, quote unquote, outer body experience.
I think God is, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is tough for me. This is tough for me. I think that I want to believe in things like that, and the things that make it hard, and it might be people that make it harder.
Yeah,
than anything else. When I hear shit like, I was watching a video about 9/11 and the World Trade Center is getting hit, and this lady was like, "Oh, my husband was supposed to be in the building, but he was late for work that day." God, I'm like, bitch, 10,000 people died.
Yeah, like
10,000 people died. God bless the old raggedy ass husband. Like, who the fuck is dude? We don't even know dude. Like, so like if the fucking rate was like of saving people was 1 to 10,000, I would have got fired if that was my job to save people. Mm-hmm. Like if anybody had a job, okay, and they batting average was like 1 out of 1,000, no one would think they did a good job. Like, so I don't know. Like, and I think so. When people say stuff like that, it makes it difficult. When people say stuff like, I got blessed with a job. Mm-hmm. It's just like, bitch, you filled out 150 job applications. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the shit that's so crazy.
Your odds was like that you was gonna get a job.
As a Christian, to tell you, like, yeah, 10,000 people died, but how many people woke up through the grace of God? Like, that'll be they comeback for you. Like, yeah. 10,000 of them died, yeah, but that man was blessed to not make it. These people were blessed to not be there. These people woke up this morning type shit. Like, they try to justify that shit with that God is coming back to save you type shit, bro.
Yeah, it's tough for me, man. I just feel like I don't know, like the things I see that happen to other people, and it's just strong on like what prayers get answered. I'm like, damn, it's people out here fucked up, starving, it's Venezuelan, sitting at the police station, but God got you a job though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
check this out. So like with that, when you believe in God, like I feel like back in the day, they taught people like to just believe in God. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen for you. It's gonna happen for you. That's not enough. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with my belief in God matched with my work, faith without work is dead. So I just can't sit around. Like you said, like no offense to your grandma, you said your grandma like died waiting on God or whatever. Like what actions it's certain things that you gotta do and like based off your able body, and then you also have to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I don't feel like you gotta believe though. I feel like if you work hard, you get the result, regardless if you believe or not.
So you'll get the result. I asked my sister about this one time.
They'll never say work without faith is dead.
Say it again.
They say faith without work is dead. They never say work without faith is dead. Like,
check this out. I wish I put up that conversation. I asked my sister about that one time. I'm like, okay, so I believe in God and this. Like, how is it that people who do wrong,
like Donald Trump,
why are they blessed?
That nigga is everything he want out of life.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like why are they getting blessed? And I believe her answer was somewhat the principles are God. The principles of God, those are true. So if you knowingly or unknowingly following the principles of God, you will see results. Now you won't have His grace. You know what I'm saying? You won't necessarily have God's grace, But if you follow these principles, you'll still turn results. And the biggest thing, like that's one of my favorite scriptures. I think it was, let me see, Corinthians 12:9. Like, but he said to you, my grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in weakness. Just like the grace of God, that is strong to me. It's like, you know, that what pushes me over when I feel like, man, this a lot, whatever. I can literally read a few scriptures and that'll be enough for me to keep doing my part.
Yeah. And that's what I like about like just conviction in general, like I was saying earlier. You know, if it's something that, you know, somebody in a fucked up situation, you know, whether it be long term, short term, whatever, and they could just dig a little deeper than like what's mentally there. They could dig a little deeper than what's physically there. They could dig a little deeper than what's emotionally there. And that's kind of where you get to that spirituality of like, you know, I could like, you know, what do they say? The faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain or something like that. I believe things like that. I don't attribute it to like God. Like I said, I believe in me, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's still the same thing of like just having conviction and being able to dig a little deeper when you need to, and pull something out that's, you know, a little bit superhuman.
I'm gonna read one more. Oh, and like, so Proverbs, that whole book in the Bible, like a lot of personal development books, like all of that is in Proverbs. Like,
I got a quick question for y'all. Like you said, like the superhuman strength shit. So do y'all think like you would just no?
Who mentioned that?
I was just saying superhuman strength. So look, you said for the grace of God. So when things be happening like car accidents and people be getting superhuman strength, lifting the cars or moving shit that you just knowing like, damn, you couldn't do this. Do y'all think that be God or do that be them digging deep within they self finding that to get that shit done?
I think a lot of it has to do with adrenaline, and I don't know. I haven't witnessed somebody with superhuman strength, really.
Yeah, like niggas that be saving them babies, and it be all type of just
somebody just doing something miraculous, like something that you didn't think a human.
God is in that. I do believe God is in that.
I feel like it's conviction, like I you know, like we saying before, you know, just really want it. And I don't know, like even off of like actual superhuman strength, I don't want to go into that too much. But what I believe though is that like Newton's laws of motion, right? To every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So like the world has to react to you. So this is how my spirituality, which I don't like to call it that, works in my mind. Whatever I want, you're reading the book The Alchemist right now.
Yeah.
And they talk about how the universe conspires to give you whatever you want.
Yep.
I think Out Witting the Devil says that as well. And I feel like, for me, I gave this example on the podcast before, but if I want to be, in real life, in 2020, I said I want to be a businessman. Like, that's what I want to be. Like, I want to own a business. I want to run a business. I want these things. Once I decided that, I started to wake up earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started waking up at 5 o'clock. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I made a morning routine. Now, at that time, I wasn't a businessman. I wasn't surrounded by businessmen or anything like that. But I decided that that's what I really wanted. So I started to listen to audiobooks about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Man in Babylon, The Compound Effect, all these things. Yeah. Now, my mind is set on this. Typically, before that, I would wake up about 8 o'clock, just enough time to get to work. I would listen to Lil Durk on the way to work. My homies calling me saying some wild shit happened yesterday, That was my day every day for years, right? Now that I've decided I want to be a businessman, I'm getting up 3 hours before I'm getting up at 5. I'm listening to these audiobooks. I'm having these routines. When I get in a car, I don't want to hear Lil Durk. Right. Now I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle every day. I want to listen to Rick Ross because I want to hear about business, right? Or I'm just listening, letting my audiobook play. My homies calling me about certain shit, I'm kind of not trying to have that conversation no more. And it's like, that's changing the dynamic. We still friends, but it's changing the dynamic of our friendship and the shit that they even call me about to this day. Right. Also, before, I would see certain people that I went to college with, and they might be on the internet talking about real estate or talking about taxes or this or that. And I didn't understand what they was talking about. And I just wouldn't, I would see the stories and just scroll past them. But I also knew that if I did want to know these things, you don't want to be a bother to somebody. Like, I don't know shit. I might not use this information. Everybody hit me up and be like, I want to start a podcast. And then they waste fucking an hour of my time with me explaining all this shit for them to never do it. It's kind of like a bother after a while. So I don't want to be that to nobody. So it's just like, damn, I ain't even really finna hit him up and ask him about this shit. I ain't really that cool. I don't really know that nigga like that anyway. But now that I'm reading these books and I know about the shit that he just posted, now we can have a conversation about it. And it's kind of like, now I'm building this relationship with him because it's like I kind of can speak your language.
Yeah.
And it's not often that niggas speak their language. So they like, oh, I'm fucking with him. I'm like, oh, well, I'm fucking with bro. So now this the nigga I'm talking to in the morning instead of the homies I was talking to before. And then from that point on, like the universe is just reacting to everything. No different than if I come in this room and be an asshole, everybody's gonna react to that. The energy in the room is gonna shift to that. If I come in this room and be fucking, you know, sugar, spice, and everything, like fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, like a burst of energy in this bitch, everybody gonna react to that. I feel like the world had to react to me deciding that I'm a businessman now, and that's what happened, and I became that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think when they say like the universe works in this mysterious way and it's spiritual, I believe it. I don't believe it's that deep. I think it can be explained. I don't think it's like a magical thing. I don't think it's like this religious thing. This I think it can be explained. I think that shit, if every action has an equal and opposite reaction, you can use that to your advantage to get what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? And so when I say I believe in me, that's why, because I feel like I can change the world by changing myself. I don't have to force you to do anything.
Yeah.
I can change myself and get a reaction out of you that I want out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to motivate somebody to do something, if I want to, whatever the case may be, I can do that by manipulating myself. You know what I'm saying?
So it's funny. Like exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So, but in my mind and my reality, what's yielding these things to me is God is like, okay, he's doing the work. He's having the faith. He's like the stuff that I don't have any control over. Like that's how I'm getting blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like the job, for instance, like randomly, like that job that I said I got the $20,000 raise. Initially, they told me like I didn't get the job. I got an email saying you didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, cool. But out of the blue, the lady who told me that gets fired.
Right.
She no longer works at the job no more. Somebody else reached out to me and said, hey, we want to bring you in for another interview. And then boom, I got it. Like I didn't even bother to think or try to make sense of that. Thank you, God. Cause my hand wasn't in that at all. But also it has something to do with me doing my part.
Yeah.
So just how you feel like you believe in you, I believe in me, but I also believe that God is the source for all of these things for me.
For sure. I feel that. What else we got on the docket?
One more thing. Like as far as another scripture in Proverbs, I'm gonna bring up Proverbs. Let me see. It's Proverbs 3, verse 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. So another challenge, believing what I believe, is not having to know everything, not questioning him, not questioning, like to a certain extent. It's cool to have questions, to find out, to seek information and all of that, but it's a thin line between, you know, seeking information and questioning. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to have faith. The whole thing about faith is not knowing. Like faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, I think that what you described, and again, I don't relate it to that. And I guess for me to find that scripture, I got to be open to it. And I feel like right now I'm just not.
No,
right?
for sure.
But David Goggins,
you good? I be praying for you. You straight?
For sure.
He loves you.
David Goggins said something that was the realest shit ever, and I got this from pledging, like my actual experience with it. But he was like, let's say you in the army or whatever you in, Olympics, whatever you in, they take y'all out on a run, right? It's you, a crew of guys, y'all all go out on a run. Y'all run for whatever, 10 miles, let's say. As you start to approach the finish line, right? The commander is in front. You running with the commander. You can't pass the commander, right? as y'all approach the finish line, everybody is kind of taking their last breath. That you get more tired and gassed when you see that finish line because you know it's. Or you might get a burst of energy. Yeah. Regardless, your energy changes when you see the finish line. Some niggas just get that. Like when you go on to 25 push-ups and you get tired at 22, you can go to 40. If you went to 40, you would have got tired at 37. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same shit. You approach that finish line, your energy shifts. He says, what happens when he was in situations where the commander would keep going? The finish line is crossed, the commander keep going. And no one knows when this nigga's gonna stop. That's when you see who really with this shit or who not. Because there's so many niggas that once that finish line got crossed, that's all they had. And they done. And there's nothing that it's no deeper they can dig to continue because mentally, that's where they are. Physically, that's where they are. But it's some people who it's beyond that. It's beyond mental. It's beyond physical. They just can fucking go. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might get back to the crib, they feet bleed. They didn't even know they shit was bleeding. Yeah. They just can go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see where you're going.
And do shit that they didn't know they can do. And I feel like I had that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I had that. I feel like I got it from pledging, but I feel like it didn't really leave me. It's kind of like being in that situation where like this shit hard, this shit fucked up, and it ain't no telling when this shit gonna stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like fuck it, we here, like let's go, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what faith really is. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
Maybe that's not what faith is. That's the energy that faith gives you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the ability to just go. Like,
yeah. Another thing that helped me, like I feel like everything in our lives, it come in seasons. Like you got a winning season, you got a losing season, you got a season where you just got to sit still. It's different seasons. So when I feel like I'm in a season that is just not as favorable to me, like knowing that, okay, I just got to keep going. And also knowing that things come in seasons, that's what this is going to end. I don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
But just knowing that it's going to end and nothing is forever.
Yeah.
That's enough faith for me to just thug stuff out.
Yeah. And I gotta be like, I don't give a fuck if it end or not. We just here. We here. Like, I ain't even thinking about the end no more. Like that's not even a thought no more. Like we just here. You know what I'm saying? Finding comfort in being uncomfortable. So yeah, man. What else you got? How do you feel like spirituality helps you in the realm of relationships? How do you feel like it comes into play when it comes to relationships?
Relationship, like marriage, or like relationships.
Choosing a woman, being faithful to a woman, keeping your word with a woman, being in a marriage, like any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even your dating life. Do you feel like spirituality affects that or guides you in that?
So I'm not gonna hold you. Like my dating life, I was a really heavy sinner.
Heavy sinner? A heavy sinner. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think as far as integrity go, you know, in my relationships, that helps, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the integrity that I have in my relationships, and it's tied to the relationships I have with God, but I wasn't following, you know, how he want things. Like obviously premarital sex and all this other stuff. I was living the total opposite. But I do feel like having a relationship with God, it works for me and in a relationship if the woman has a relationship with God too, because we both have this mutual understanding. You know what I'm saying? We just like how you and the business guy talk, now y'all can have a conversation and now that relationship is formed. I never dated women who didn't believe in God. So when I did, you know, date women and, you know, we both believe in God, I feel like it served us in that way.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's really gonna show when I get married. Like that's when I'm gonna see a new level too, you know, because like a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, and I do feel like when you marry a white woman, you're gonna be extremely blessed.
Yeah,
the right woman. Relax.
Hey man, I don't know, man. I also what another thing I like about spirituality. I mean, about religion that I could say, even though I don't partake in it, is having those set principles, right? I have set principles for myself, but I know that they're so centered around me that I know that no one else has the same principles I have. Versus if you in a religion and you get with somebody else that's heavy in that religion, y'all know through the gate that y'all had these certain principles.
Right.
Or y'all should at least. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all have them while y'all living by them. That's, everybody falls short of glory in different aspects. But I think that that's really dope to be able to meet a person and kind of know that they had these principles. And it kind of bring me, it's interesting because all this shit kind of make me think about the fraternity shit. And it's not that, but at the same time, like certain things that go on is so set that I could meet another noob in fucking LA and we had the same understanding of certain shit, how things are supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Even in our social interactions, if I invite you, you could be a Kappa from Alabama. If I invite you to my house, you know you have to bring something. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows that, or like it's just shit like that. So I think having that with a woman and dating, that shit is dope. Like that's dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something I say I'm envious of when it comes to people who are heavy in religion. Yeah. What's some of the other benefits though, you think? What about when it comes to parenting? Do you raise your son to be?
So yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. So like, but with the difference with my son, like my mom used to make me go to church. Yeah. Right. Like you didn't have a choice. Yeah. Right. So I started out, he'd come to church with me. And the days he say, I don't feel like going. You gotta come. Yeah. And giving him
Jesus loves you.
Right. He still love you. Love everybody. You too. But now, but I feel like me giving him that choice, now he'll be like, hey, Dad, you going to church Sunday? I want to come. And that's way more rewarding than me forcing him to come.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he sees me pray. We pray before we eat. Like, so I'm planting that seed, and if he wants to explore it further when he get older, for sure. If he want to go do something else, I'm gonna say a prayer, God cover him. Yeah. And but yeah,
for sure,
I raise him with it.
That's crazy. I never, I haven't had those conversations with my son yet. Okay. And it's because I kind of want him to.
What about his mom?
I don't know what she don't go to church. She got him baptized, but she don't go to church though.
That don't mean she don't have a relationship. Like that's like Real said, and to go back to that, the relationship that you have with God is way more important than your attendance in a church.
For sure. I don't know what relationship she got with God. Like, wait, I ain't never seen her pray or like that before. I don't think. No, we prayed together one time. We did. We prayed together one time. Yeah.
For sure.
And I ain't prayed in forever. Like when I be telling niggas I'm gonna pray for them, I be lying like a motherfucker.
No, I actually pray for people. Like,
I only say it when somebody die. Or like something happens, I don't be knowing what else to say. It'd be like, I'll pray for you. Like,
don't believe this nigga you be saying that.
I ain't pray for nobody. Even when I did used to pray, I never used to get on my knees and pray. I just like kind of talk to God.
Yeah, I don't get on my knees often. Pause. Yeah. What'd you say, bro? Tell me for a man.
Is God a man?
It's God a man. Yes.
Would you think it would make more sense for God to be a woman though? No. I'm saying like when you hear like things in the Bible that say like, only fear God. It's kind of like remind me your mama say like, I brought you into the world, I'll take you out. Like God just kind of like some of the characteristics of God, like the giver of life and all that. It just seems like it would be a woman. Nah.
Think about the weight.
I don't feel like God have a raft.
Like it about that woman shoulders ain't big enough for that weight. Huh?
No, not yeah.
Okay.
And the raft come from a man.
You don't think that a raft come from a woman?
Hell no.
Shit.
You got to think about it right now. All these wars and shit going on, that's men, folks. Ain't no females starting these wars and none of this shit. So
it might be over women though. I don't know, but sure. I feel like I don't know. You don't think that like patriarchy made Jesus a man or made God a man?
Nah, God's a man.
Okay. All right. We got anything else for the topic?
About it. Jesus loves you. Jesus love you.
I'm saying patriarchy kind of make everybody a man. That's powerful, right?
Jehovah Jireh is a man. That's not a woman, folks.
Nigga, that's all new shit like that. But that all came under patriarchy. Like I'm saying, like I don't know. Let me see what ancient Egyptians believe in. Horus wasn't the top god.
Akhman Ra.
Ra was the top. Yeah, that was a man. Okay. That was a patriarchy too. Oh, I'm for real. I don't know, and I'm not saying that God is. I'm not pushing that God is a woman.
That's why it's a religion. I'm not a relationship.
Pushing that God is a woman.
Look, y'all. Terry just got a lot of questions, and that's not a problem. And
a lot
another thing,
of questions, man.
Yeah, and I want you to I want you to talk to somebody who got more answers than me.
Yeah. I'll talk to niggas. I don't think, but I think the questions that I have, they can't be answered.
And also, one thing I don't like that you said that happens, like when you do have these questions and you asking people like Christians or whatever, and they're getting upset.
Yeah.
Like why? Like
because they don't know how to answer.
Because
that's
they
know
know
I don't have all the answers, but like with like you, like we close friends, like you my mans.
Yeah.
We don't believe the same thing. I never get upset if you question like, well, why this, why that? Like I don't feel no kind of way.
Yeah.
That
you strong in your belief though,
right?
I feel like a lot of people, I could say certain things, but I feel like we never go deep into that though. Like we talk about it, but other people, I try to tell people like, hey, I'm not trying to go too deep into this because I'm not trying to change your mind about shit or like disrupt your faith because I feel like it's important to have conviction and faith. Like I respect it because everybody need that thing that they can dig deeper for, like, you know what I'm saying, and push them through life. So I don't give a fuck if it's Jesus, if it's Buddha, if it's you believe in yourself. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a fuck if you believe in gummy worms. Like, long as it's gonna get you through, like, you know what I'm saying. So I respect it, but it's people who are like, once that conversation starts, you know how some people just can't let it go, and then I just ask certain shit and they be like,
they get mad or defensive or not want to talk about it and I feel like maybe they faith not as strong as, because some people don't want to hear it because they feel like you can change their mind.
And I was going to say, some people don't be wanting to hear it because they be like, it's like if you tell a motherfucker you an expert at fixing cars, and then they steady ask you like, well, why this wrong? Why this wrong? Why this wrong? And it's like, nigga, what are you going to listen to me and I'm telling you this what's going on, or is you going back and forth me like you came to me for this shit type shit? So I be feeling like it's a debate, feeling like being challenged on what you're teaching or trying to teach me type shit.
Yeah.
And they be knowing it's a bunch of malarkey too. So
yeah, and I think a lot of people just feel comfortable. It's just a certain comfort that they get through believing in something, and they don't want that comfort to lead them.
You should increase your faith in whatever it is you believe in. Like, cause I could say, the thing is, like the type of questions that you ask, like the shit it makes sense, and it makes you think to give you an answer. It's like, okay, that don't make it, but God don't make sense a lot of times. Like that's one of the things. That's where faith come in at or whatever. So when people get defensive and don't want to talk, what you talking about? Ooh, like you're not really as strong in your belief, you know what I'm saying, as you probably think you are. Yeah. I could sit and listen to somebody all day, and it's interesting to see somebody else how they think, and the opposite, and I'll be intrigued or whatever.
For sure, man. For sure.
But other than that, I ain't got nothing else. I can go with AMP.
Let's do it.
All right, so fellas, this one gonna be. I'm gonna tell a story. All right, this is the message in this story is to be more careful with your semen. So something happened to me.
Semen demon.
Yeah, man. Be more careful with your semen. So something happened to me over 5 years ago. I can't remember the exact time. Over 5 years ago.
I don't want to interrupt you, but this sounds kind of wild.
What?
Like something happened to you. Be careful. Like did somebody get some nut on you? Like be careful with your semen. It's like y'all niggas gotta chill. Like y'all getting this shit everywhere. Like.
Oh my God. Niggas can't say nothing, bro.
That's a crazy pause though.
I didn't even hear it. Oh man. If I was on what is it? It is what it is, Cam would be like, hey yo. Like,
that's crazy.
Hold on. But no, man. Be careful. Yeah. This nigga make oh my God. Yo, immature. Be careful with your semen. And over 5 years ago, I'm sitting in the crib with my family. We all just like kicking it one day, the whole family over there. And I get a message on my phone, Facebook message. So we in the living room, we chilling, congregating, get a message on my phone, and a message pop across my screen. It said, hey, call me. I'm pretty sure I just had your daughter. What? And the look, I obviously had a look on my face. And my sister, she just so happened to like kind of look over at me, and she saw the look on my face. She got up slow as hell, like, who pregnant? So somebody said, obviously they had a baby. We met up like a week later, she's sending me pictures or whatever. And the crazy thing, ain't gonna lie, the baby looked like me for sure. And I'm like, fuck. My mind blown. So I'm like, all right, damn, okay, well, we need a test or whatever. So she come down. She had moved to like another state. So she come back to Chicago. We go get the test or whatever. And I'm the baby, I'm holding this baby. I'm like, damn, this baby look like me, G. Like, damn, it was a daughter. It was a girl. I'm like, fuck, I got a daughter. So to speed the story up, we were in the DNA test office, and this is great. This is how God work, right? So we in the DNA test place, and it's me, her, and the baby in the middle. He's going over like how the results are gonna come. He like, all right, we can give you a call. We can call you and tell you the results, and then we gonna mail a letter too. Well, all right, cool. But as soon as he said that, out of nowhere, the baby just started crying hysterically, like something was happening to the baby. So she picked the baby up, leave the office or whatever, and I was like, you can call her or whatever. I don't know why I said that. I said you can call her, and he like, okay, I'll mail the letter to you. Cool. We go by. I hit her up like, yo, did they call you? She like, yeah, they called me. Yeah, it's yours. Ooh, I was like, all right, shit, fuck. All right, well, back to regularly scheduled program. You know, moms buy a bunch of clothes and all this type of stuff, and I'm in daddy mode or whatever. Another week go by, and I get a letter, and it said Fed on it. And I'm like, this is important as hell. Like, it said federal on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I open it up. It's the test. And that motherfucker say 0 probability that the baby mine.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I call her. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is your problem? She like, what's wrong? What are you talking about? I'm like, gee, you didn't even know. Like, I just got the actual test results, the letter. And she was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, bitch, sorry? I'm like, why would you do that? You know, so bitch, so are you sorry? I asked her, why would she do that? You know what she told me?
What, you a great dad?
She said, I saw how much of a good dad you was to your son. I wanted that for my daughter. I don't give a fuck how good I am to that's my son. Like, it's so
selfish.
Fellas. And I knew it, and y'all know my old nickname, you know, pull out man. I don't shoot up clubs. So that didn't even make sense to me. So when it came out that she wasn't pregnant by me at least, I'm like, yo, I gotta be more careful. So fellas, be careful what you see me. You don't want to be in a situation like that.
For sure. Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
Cause I'm a good daddy. You wanted that. You just gonna make me be that is insane.
Yeah.
Guinea pig.
It's crazy. I got 2 homies that was hitting the same girl at the same time, and she got pregnant. They didn't know each other at the time. We all know each other now. But one of the homies got her pregnant, and the other homie paid for the abortion. So every time the shit come up, they be like, nigga, you gonna be $400. They didn't know each other at the time. But, you know, she told both of them that she was pregnant. One of the homies was like, damn, I ain't got it. The other homie gave her the 400. She got the abortion. But of course, the homie who didn't give her the money, he thinking that she just came up with it on her own. And then later on in life, they met each other and talking about the shit.
That's funny as hell. You got go half on it with me.
End of the story. We love women. Mm-hmm. We love black women. But some of y'all motherfuckers is wild.
Ruthless.
Cutthroat.
Like, that was a legitimate reason to her. It's like, man, you were such a great dad to your son. I wanted that for my daughter. Like, that's not my kid, though. Like, what is your problem? And she knew that. So, and motherfucker, they called her and said, no, he not the daddy. You said, okay. Called me like, you the daddy. Like, damn.
When you shooting them shots, you gotta be selective. You gotta have good shot selection out here, fellas.
Be smooth out here, man.
For sure, man. As we wrapping the show up, man, I hope y'all have a great week. We got some merch coming soon. We finna do a photo shoot for that. The merch will be dropping on July 5th. Don't spend all your money on the 4th.
Yeah.
And don't forget, whatever you want in life, don't hesitate to take your shot at it, man.
And last but not least, y'all are blessed. Jesus loves you.
So, God in the king.